Afternoon. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Barayako. So I'm gonna tell you and tell all the brothers in US, what's up, bro? And the thing is, I I've been going through some dilemmas, personal dilemmas. And the thing is, I'm working on my book. The war has begun, and I have gotten so involved in this book that I don't want to be bothered with anything else because I think I got a bestseller I'm working on now. And the thing is, the way that I'm approaching this book is totally um, unusual. The thing is, what I've done is I've developed the story, and the thing is, I'm not going to. I'm telling it. I'm telling my story in an unconventional way. Now, if if you like reading, when you see this book, you're going to find it quite interesting. Uh, the war has begun. It takes place in the future, and I'm doing a few things to this book that I know that's going to, you're going to say, wait, what is this all about? But I'm working on a new genre for book writing. I was searching it. I was working on my book. See, I can sometimes, you can turn the computer on and listen to another station, and at the same time, you can work at you work at your computer. So I do that. Work like I'm working on my play. I'm sorry, my book. The war has begun. I'm still on the internet, and then all of a sudden, I hear a narrator. He's talking about uh, a man by the name of Elon Musk. He just popped up into I guess the socialite or something, and I think he's the first time I saw Mr. Elon Musk. I think that's how his name is pronounced, Elon Musk. I know. I know this. I know that he's a South African, and when I study the history of South Africa, you know, I have I'm not necessarily prejudiced against white people from South Africa. It's just that you know, I am cautious about these people, and I would hear about, oh, he's involved with Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, he's involved in some kind of way. And the first time I think I heard of Mr. Musk was on, I forget. There's a black man. There's a black man. I forget his name. He used to work for one of the networks, CNN. I think he used to work for CNN. It's a black man. He's married to another man. I forget his name, but he's a good looking young man. But he's a good looking black man. But to he is married to another man in the U.S. And the first time I had seen Mr. Musk was on his show, I said, "Oh, what's going on here?" Then I started hearing about Mr. Musk with um, Mr. Donald Trump. Now, this is quite alarming. And the thing is, it stopped me in my tracks. I was working on my book, and I heard he said, "Mr. I think it's Elon Musk. I think that's how his name is pronounced. He has conceded that Jesus Christ was a black man." You know, Mr. Putin of Russia, I think he was the first. I guess you could say, what do you call them? First, you know, what do you call it? The famous people, the stars. He was one of the first, renowned people on earth to say that Jesus Christ was a black man. Now, this man from South Africa, he has also conceded that the honorable prophet Jesus Christ was a black man. I wonder why. Okay, now why are all these things happening? I mean, why are these things happening in the world? We have to ask ourselves that. I think the reason why it's happening in this world because right now we live in a very dangerous world. We have a world where men can actually uh, put us back in the Stone Ages. All you need is a nuclear war, and those bombs start going back and forth. Man will be literally forced back into the Stone Ages. And the thing is, I want to talk about that, the Stone Ages and the nuclear. I call it the nuclear blast. And the thing is, from the way I study history, if man is given the power, man uses that power. When I pick up, read, when I study things about what men do in historical, uh, when I do history study and I see what men do, if man has the power to do a certain thing, he does it. So, okay, here we are with the nuclear, these nuclear powers. I think we have, well, I think 9 or 10 countries on Earth who have have nuclear power. And the thing is, my position is that given that these countries, these human beings have this type of power, that someone, it may not be US, it may not be Russia, it may not be China, that's only 3 countries that I named. But I think there are at least 6 other countries on this earth where men rule, they have that nuclear bomb. And everyone knows what that nuclear bomb will do. So the thing is, it may not be the US. It probably won't be the US. It may not be Russia. It probably won't be Russia or China. These are superpowers that exist on Earth. But there are other nations on this earth. There are other men on this earth who have the power of the nuclear bomb. And the thing is, given given the situation, given the predicament, given the things that can occur, the likelihood of mankind being thrust back into the Stone Ages is a practical reality. Now, let me talk about my theory of predestination. Okay, with the theory of predestination, okay, we are putting God as the main character in the drama. He creates everything. If we say that logically, if we say that God creates everything, then everything that exists, He created. He created the time. He created the street. He created the tiny cells that exist within us. Everything that we can imagine and even unimagine, He is the creator of those things. So what's happening? What's happening with this theory of predestination? Okay, my view is this: God gives man power. He gives man the power to destroy or to create. And then man reaches a certain level, then man decreates. Okay. Okay, that's our notion. That's mankind's notion to go into the moon or going to Mars or going to settle in places in other way out places in other universes. It's just an act of our imagination. Because see, we human beings, we are only designed for where we are at. Perhaps in death, when we disintegrate into those things that we become, maybe by some way of traveling or whatever of existence, we may venture out into outer space. But mankind will never, as we exist like this human being, no, mankind won't. Mankind will not go to Mars. And I question if man has gone to the moon. But that's my personal question. So the thing is, in the theory of predestination, we are saying God creates time and the event. So that okay, all we are, all of us, whether we big or small, brave or coward, we're just minute aspects of a greater force. So everything that happens, everything that we do, even before we do it, it has been designed. So let's say man is venturing out into out. Man says he's going to go out to outer space. He's going to go settle on Mars. It cannot be done. It will not be done. You know why it will not be done? Do you know why man will never go to Mars and settle communities, or settle anywhere in our solar system? Because of how God has designed us. We are killers and destroyers. We kill each other. We massacre each other. But God massacre, death, pain, horror, rape, murder, child molestation. Did God not create those things if He is the creator of everything? So it is best that we just submit. How do we submit? We just submit. Because even before we make a decision, that decision has been made, whether it be me, you, or any other person on this earth. The theory of predestination. In time, I think we'll really be at a level of discussion that we can really talk about the theory of predestination. So I was working on my book, and what I planned to do with my book was to read the book that I was working on, my latest book that's called "The War Has Begun," and it's not like any other book that you have probably ever read before. And I was working, and I've been consciously working on my book and working on my book. And the thing is, I listen to the new, even while I work. How you just listen to the networks. And then I heard that there was a man by the name of Musk who said that Jesus Christ was okay. I think it was a narrator. It wasn't. It wasn't the man in person saying that. It was the narrator of YouTube network. Now, it makes me sort of wonder about this man who says that Jesus Christ was probably black. Why don't he get in front of the camera? I guess maybe he's not articulate. I've, I've never heard the man, Mr. Musk. I've never heard him speak before. Oh, yes, when he was on this show with this black man who married this black he's a former CNN announcer. He's a black man, but he's married to a man. I think he's probably married to a white man. But it's a man that's married to a man. I forget his name. He used to work with CNN, and he has his own show. And Mr. Musk, that's the only place that I have ever seen Mr. Musk say something. But the thing is, it seems like he never really says anything. Which, okay, now they say he's the richest man on, now I understand he's supposed to be the richest man on earth. I doubt that. I think Mr. Musk is just a human being. That a group, a fraternity, yes. I think there's a fraternity of white people. I think they are backing, they are putting this man out front. He's from South Africa. So I really think it has something to do with South African. I think it has something to do with the lands. I think that he is like he doesn't. Okay, I got to I got to. I'll start studying him. I'll watch to see. But whenever I've seen Mr. Musk, he's really never said anything that mm, you know. He never says anything. He talks with his mouth, but he's not saying anything. And so this broadcast that they were doing on the internet, it was he was not the one who said it. I did not see it come out of his mouth that black people that Jesus Christ was a black man. It was a narrator, and that he was only showing pictures on YouTube. That and I you only I can only hear the owner of that YouTube station, like a narrator. I could only hear his voice, but I never heard the voice of Mr. Musk, Tusk, Elon Musk. I never have heard this man say anything. I mean, I know he was when he was with this black man who's married to a man. He was answering a question. So the thing is, I'll be on the lookout for Mr. Musk, the new celebrity of the world. And I think Mr. Musk, I don't think Mr. Musk is the richest man on earth. I think Mr. Musk, he is someone that's those guys, they put him out front. That's him. But it's these guys. And now they said he's the richest man on earth. Hey, let's see what happens here. This is Musa, Matt Beecham Jr., signing out on his earth, not on my earth, on my network, Musa Corner Consulting International. Now, I see you guys do not go to my, you guys don't go to my talk station. Every time I check my views, I only got one view. I got zero views, and I am not reading anymore. I'm not going to read anymore my book. Not until I finish what I have to do with the copyright office. And then when everything is the way I want it to be, then what I'll do is I I am going to read the whole book. The war has begun. This takes place in the future. And what I'm doing a few revolutionary type things. with this book. And if you study, you're gonna say, and you see this book is truly unusual. It takes place in the future. And I will read the entire book as soon as I complete it. This is Musa. And I see you like my reading. And perhaps maybe I can get some of you guys to buy my books. This is Musa, Matt Meacham Jr., signing out on this earth.